Now, answering your questions about the law and legal issues. This is Legal Break with attorney Gary Bruce.
Hello there, I'm Maureen Akers. Welcome, Gary.
Good to be here again. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Today's question, Gary, what is my liability as a driver if I hit a pedestrian darting across the street outside of designated areas?
So, yeah, so I like the, it's how it's phrased, right?
Yeah.
It's how it's couched. So that sounds like a lawyer wrote that for the defendant, okay?
Yeah.
Because the truth is it depends, and perspective depends too. I doubt the pedestrian saw themselves as, what is the word, darting across in an undesignated area. So, you know, the liability, if that is in fact what the witnesses confirm, is probably not liability. You know, I mean, tragically, we've seen it recently. Some of the sidewalks in this town are just terrible. I know I got on this soapbox the other day, but I've been driving around looking, and I'm just saddened that they run exactly on the road, you know. So there's just almost no barrier in some areas, north and south. I mean, all over the county. But the liability, the easy answer is if they dart out in front of you, it's everybody's nightmare. Nobody wants to hit somebody. It's a nightmare, and hope, but you wouldn't necessarily be responsible. Now, here's where Alabama and Georgia might differ. So, in Alabama, if you are contributorily negligent, if you do something to cause your injury or to contribute to it, even at theoretically 1%. Now, that means you got up this morning, right? But theoretically, at 1%, then you're barred from recovery. In Georgia, that's not the law. So in Georgia, we compare. And if you are 48% at fault and the other guy is 52, then you can still recover, although it'll be reduced by your percentage of fault. So completely different systems there, really. One is a little more forgiving to, you know, it's easy to say, well, he was 1%. I mean, my heavens, who isn't 1% at fault of something? I mean, it's just, it's an anachronism that I don't think fits reality. But that's what it is. So, and juries have enough sense not to hold people to that ridiculousness. But I think it is important to know. And so comparative negligence, these fault percentages, those are all things that we leave to juries to decide.
So is there any difference if the person darting across the street is a child or an adult?
There's a big difference because we don't hold young children to the same level of responsibility that we do adults. So, you know, you can't necessarily blame somebody for hitting a young child, but you also not necessarily hold the child responsible either. There's a lot to that.
There is. Thank you. Thank you, Gary.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you on the next Legal Break.